Mission list updated.
Boss, I know you haven't been back long, but I prepared a list of missions for you. Open your iDroid.
Please select a mission.
I've taken the job offers Diamond Dogs has received and made a list of those I want you to consider. Which ones you accept is your call. The objectives of the missions I've added are prisoner rescue, facility sabotage, and high-value target elimination. Probably all a walk in the park for you, but they should help you get back on your feet. I put the mission details on a cassette tape. Refer to it if you decide to accept the mission. We'll receive GMP for completing missions, and extracting soldiers and prisoners will boost our ranks. Building up Mother Base is the first step to achieving our goal. If that means wet work, so be it. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty. I hope you're rested up, because we're not stopping. Not until the pain is gone. The future of Diamond Dogs is in your hands. We're counting on you, boss.
I'm assuming there will be side objectives. I don't know if these count as side objectives. For the most part, we'll be focusing on the main missions, I think, because this is going to be a long playthrough as it is. We'll see how that goes, I guess. We can go free roam as well if we want. I guess we'll just work our way down.
Farming villages in southern Vahan have been subjected to a strategic bombing campaign the past several weeks. The damage is spreading. It's part of the Soviet scorched earth operation aimed at wiping out the guerrillas. The target this time is the commander of a Spetsnaz detachment. He's been key to the operation's success. People say this guy's responsible for annihilating the Mujahideen at Tismasi Laman, the Hamid fighters, overnight. He's a tough, experienced commander. Don't underestimate him. The order from my client in the west is to shoot on sight. They want him out of the picture for good. Sorry, boss. This one's purely business. Wet work. A hit on a commanding officer of the Soviet military. Nothing personal. We're only doing this because it gets us one step closer to our goal.
Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan.
Okay, we can pick our equipment. Primary weapon. I guess we don't really have anything yet until we like research stuff. No, I mean for the most part we're probably just going to stick with this because it's got a suppressor on it. And then the trank gun probably. We have our armor. We're not really done anything with that yet. Grenades. That's about it. Items, got the cardboard box now. The cigar, night vision. Tools. iDroid full-time device. Guess that's about it. Like body. What else comes? Do I actually have access to these vehicles? Rolling it in a tank. Deployment cost. I was gonna say, is that gonna cost us money to take that? Guessing like the other game, we'll be able to take in different people instead of taking Snake. For the most part, we'll just take Snake though. Okay, let's go. I do want to arrive. Just in the morning so we can get the lay of the land. And then we can always just wait and sneak in at night if we need to.
Deploying.
as a Spetsnaz detachment commander. Your orders are to take him out. With skills like his, it'd be a shame to waste him. But I'll leave the method up to you. Boss, make your way to Shago Village and eliminate the target.
So we can bring him back alive if we wanted to. What we'll try and do then, maybe? Thanks. Come on then, you.
We can use compounds from plants to make medicine or poison for use in new weapons and equipment. Take a look at the plants list on your iDroid to see which ones we need. Then go find them if you get the chance. It'll keep the staff happy too.
I'll just grab them if I find them. How about that? I'm not going to get too in the weeds about it, so to speak.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. You have arrived at your destination.
Guess we'll get off here then. Don't know if we can get a good lay of the land from here, but we'll have a look. It's not too bad.
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up.
Can we please climb back up this rock? I just want to stand on the fucking rock, Snake. I'm being weird about it. It's not that steep. Wait. While prone and readying a weapon, you can quickly roll. Yeah, with the left stick, we kind of know how that works. I wonder if we can disable this. Do we have to shoot it, or can we just go up to it and disable it? They've got like radios on their back, huh?
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
Do we know what they look like? Yeah, that looks like him, huh? These are new. That one we've listened to, I think.
Ocelot, I hear they started calling you Shalashaska in Afghanistan. What's that about?
You know the term Sharashka? It's slang for a suspicious, hastily thrown together organization. The word became associated with a type of forced labor facility in the Soviet Gulag system. OKB scientists and engineers who'd been convicted of crimes were sent to a Sharashka for forced R&D. The Sharashkas were supervised by Lavrenti Beria of the NKVD, the secret police, under the official name 4th Special Department.
Forced research? That's not very different from what we do here.
Diamond Dogs is different. Everyone here believes in you. Regardless of where they came from or why they're here, they revere you. And they're fighting because it was their choice.
And if it wasn't, they'd leave?
Who knows? That's our reality here, whether it's real or not. If there's another truth, I don't want to know it. All that matters is that's the concept that's taken shape in their heads. The traces of a group ideology, our superstructure, to put it in Marxist terms.
All right. Go on.
Right. So anyway, at some point the enemy started calling me Sharashka. This was after the war in Afghanistan broke out. While I was keeping an eye on you in that hospital, I was also heading up interrogations here. The men I broke gave up their comrades and families, everything they wanted to protect them most. No real cause for it. I just let myself get caught up in the old Russian pride. And suddenly I received the honor of becoming Special Interrogation Advisor to the forced labor camps. But the more men I interrogated, the more people saw me as just that, the interrogator. It helped cover my real objective of keeping you safe.
You went that far for me?
Far enough to keep you alive. I ended up being pretty well known among the Afghan guerrillas. Some of them would have seen me on the battlefield, and that's how I got the second half of the name. Shashka. It's a sword, a type of saber from the Caucasus. Russian dragoons and Cossacks carried them into battle. Now, the Russian Empire had a general by the name of Fyodor Arturovich Keller. His bravery earned him the nickname Russia's Greatest Shashka. Someone must have known about that, because somewhere along the line, Shashka got stuck on the end of Sharashka. The guerrillas were using the name amongst themselves, and by the time I got to hearing about it, pronunciation had wound up as Shalashashka.
So, half gulag, half hero sword. It's a perfect fit.
But you see how rumors and ideas about people can get out of hand fast. Once you create a character and put it out there in public mind, it warps and twists with every baseless rumor. And before you know it, all people see are phantoms. In my case, it works out just fine. I'm plenty used to working under aliases.
So SALT II still hasn't gone into effect.
That treaty was drawn up to limit not just the size of the U.S. and Soviet Union's nuclear arsenals, but also their delivery systems. The whole deal. Just when we thought all those years of negotiations had paid off, somebody decides to invade Afghanistan. The timing couldn't have been worse.
The president was in the middle of the SALT II talks back then.
You mean while you were busy trying to stop Peace Walker? I heard. President Ford was meeting with the General Secretary in Vladivostok. In his absence, the political brass in America detected what they didn't realize was false nuclear launch data from Peace Walker, and were on the verge of ordering a retaliatory nuclear strike.
Coleman's big idea? Humans are incapable of destroying themselves. Turns out he never knew what humans are capable of.
If that AI, the boss, hadn't found a way to stop the fake data transmission, they probably would have gone ahead with the launch.
Deterrence was revealed as the pipe dream it was.
All thanks to you. And her. The U.S.-Soviet talks looked set to fall through. What happened in Nicaragua no doubt helped trigger a change of heart. But in the end...
The time's define the politics. When you've grabbed their tail, they turn and bite your hand.
I first met you 20 years ago now. The place was Selenouyarsk in the Soviet Union. We were enemies. I was with the GRU. You were still fighting for America. 1964. Operation Snake Eater. Its objective? The assassination of the legendary soldier known as the Boss. When you returned home successful, they awarded you the title Big Boss. Your CO, Zero, sought to carry on the boss's will by covertly establishing his own organization. You knew the original members from Operation Snake Eater. From America, there was David O., or as he was to you, Major Zero. Donald Anderson, a.k.a. Sigint. Dr. Clark, who went by paramedic during the operation. And the fourth, you. From China, there was Eva. And me, Ocelot, from the Soviet Union. 6 in total. To us, government notions of friend and foe were meaningless. As were East and West, we joined forces by our will alone. Our objective was to fulfill the boss's dying wish, to make the world one. And to do it, Zero used the Philosopher's Legacy, the secret war fund you obtained during Operation Snake Eater. This organization would go on to become Cypher. I, on the other hand, was left with the problem. You only recovered half of the legacy. I had to locate the other half myself. When I found the funds, I passed them on to Zero, just as you wanted.
I still trusted him in those days.
We thought what he was doing was the boss's will, until he started that one project.
Les enfants terribles, Zero called it.
You parted ways, as did Eva, leaving only Anderson and Clark still with him. I maintained limited contact, although truth be told, we were just keeping tabs on one another. The reason was always you. After you returned to the Army and created Foxhound, you left America. For a time, even I'd lost track of you. I'd imagine Zero did too. You always were the best when it came to hide and seek. Zero created Cypher, an information network to tap into every corner of the globe. Woven together, Cypher's arteries make the world just one big organism. And that's not all. It also monitors the thorn in Zero's side. That's you, tracking your coordinates wherever you might go. The further you strayed from your roots, the larger Zero became. It's as if he was trying to close the gap between you. But before long, he disappeared from public life. Only a few people had direct contact with him. For a time, I was one of them. Then a year after you fell into your coma, he slipped out of sight entirely. Since then, nothing. No photos, no recordings, not even a reliable rumor as to his whereabouts. I tried every method I could think of, but Zero was gone. Freed of his control, his creation, his power continued to grow. Cypher is a great beast, and Zero was its spine. But even without him, it's endured, evolved. But now its body is rotting, riddled with parasites. Parasites like the ones who attacked you 9 years ago in the Caribbean, and then at the hospital. Cypher's Black Ops Unit, XOF. They learned where you were, and came to wipe the slate clean. Christmas Eve, 1979. The Soviet Union rolled into Afghanistan. Muslims had revolted against the Soviet-friendly regime established the year before. The DRA forces could no longer contain it themselves, so the Soviets went in to intervene. The Afghan government was powerless and fraught with infighting. They lost the hearts and minds of the people, and that alarmed the Soviet leadership. With the Islamic Revolution happening in Iran, the Soviets felt they had to act fast or risk the spread of Islamic revivalism. A superpower, sending a motorized rifle division against men on horseback with antique rifles. Everyone thought it'd be over in an instant, only it wasn't. Some Muslims made their fight a jihad, a holy war, and began a guerrilla campaign on all fronts. A war of attrition. These fighters call themselves Mujahideen. They're being supported by the West through Pakistan. That's why Miller was involved. He was training them near the Zero Line, sponsored by the CIA. The war has become a nightmare for the Soviet troops stationed here. They thought they'd be headed home in 6 months at the most. Then a year passed. 2 years. Now here we are 4 years on with no exit in sight. Afghanistan has become the Soviet Union's Vietnam. The Soviet troops on the ground want to go home, but at least they have homes to go back to. The Afghans have lost theirs. The Soviets destroy the kishlaks, villages, wherever they can. They burn down homes and fields, fill in wells, turn pastures into minefields. It's created a mass of refugees who fled to Pakistan. If the Mujahideen are fish swimming around the villages, the Soviets will go so far as to dry out their ocean. But this has had a big price. There's bitter resentment among the Afghans, and they're taking out their anger on the soldiers on the front lines. Among the Mujahideen are the Pashtun people. They're fiercely devoted to their code of Badal, or revenge. Soviets they've captured have had their hands, feet, and noses cut off before being left to die at the side of the road, just to show their comrades what they're capable of. Friendlies who come across them can do nothing but put them out of their misery. Then they burn down another village in retaliation. And the cycle of vengeance goes on.
Okay, now we're up to date. Anyone else worth marking? Where did you pop up from? So we saw the guy there. Do we still know where he is? We marked him, did we not? How many people can we actually extract? Like, do we have a limit on the Fulton? Or can we just keep extracting for days? Yeah, I'm not sure where he is now. Guessing he's gone inside. Go see what the deal is with these things. Should I take this guy down first? Okay, I have 12. Keep it down.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Yeah, like how do I damage these? I just shoot them. I don't want to make a racket, so... You saw nothing. I'll play it safe and hide behind here. Welcome to the team.
Extraction failed.
Oh. I did say it could fail, huh? Rip. Now the question is, do we risk it with the main guy, or do we just rescue him on the chopper to make sure he gets back?
Materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
What the hell else is seeing me? Guy all the way over there? Trust that to hit. Oh, good, now there's a sandstorm. Guess that'll work in my favor. Oh shit.
So if sandstorms come in, sandstorms effectively make you blind and deaf.
What?
Goes for the enemy too. Use the situation to your advantage.
I don't know if extracting them during the sandstorm's a good idea. Not if they want to get back alive. Move them out of the road there, shall we? Make the most of the visibility. Or lack of.
Extraction failed.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Yeah, if he gets there. Their vision cone is no joke in these games compared to the good old days when they could barely see 10 feet in front of them. Curious actually what the range on this thing was. Okay, it's not that large. Just pop up and shoot him. Are you coming to investigate? Can I now use this to distract him then? Well, he didn't go for it, did he? But reflex mode. If you are discovered while the enemy is unaware of your presence, the game will slow down as if viewed with a high-speed camera. This status is known as reflex mode. Press the ready button LT during reflex mode to point your weapon at the enemy that spotted you. If you neutralize him before the reflex mode ends, you will prevent him from alerting other enemies. If reflex mode is triggered while you're riding in a vehicle or using a weapon emplacement, you can press the change view button to point the camera in the direction of the enemy that spotted you. Can I not take this weapon as like a secondary?
You gotta extract him.
Or just replace it? Because I don't want to replace. No, it seems to be one or the other, huh? Have a look. We used to do that, but okay. Guess he can see me? I don't know. Still working out how their kind of visions and AI kind of works.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Extract him.
Recording on the toilet. Some music tapes as well, I guess. MGO trailer music. Sounds like he was having a good time, huh?
Heads up. That looks like the target.
Where is it now? So I can't Fulton him. It's a 0% in here. I can't actually do this inside like you could in the other game, which made no sense. Should probably get rid of his bodyguard here. Huh? Did he just hear that? Welcome to the party, pal.
He speaks Russian. What we need is an interpreter. The main principle of intelligence work is intel gathering. But that's a problem if you don't speak the enemy's language. We need a staff member with the interpreter skill to do a simultaneous interpretation.
Where are your friends?
Put him outside and then extract him. He makes it. Odds are nice, got 90% chance. Supposed to be killing this guy, but we're gonna extract him.
He's coming too. Roger that.
What's going on? Can I grab that music from somewhere? Totally not copyrighted music. Where's it actually coming from? Roof? Shit. Gotta clear the area before I fucking will climb this ladder. You don't speak English? Oh, he's here. I was like, where the fuck's the guy I need? Come on, you. Time to go. Where are we extracting you, though? Right, hold that thought.
Please select a support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Where's this place? You see nothing? We'll have to risk it over the bridge, I think. Could just extract him with the full turn, but if it, by chance, we get unlucky and he doesn't arrive back, we'll lose him. So I'd rather just play it safe. He gets the VIP treatment.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Yeah, crack on then.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Departing operations. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete. I guess it all worked out in the end. How you feeling, boss? Getting used to being in the field again? Having choppers and a horse at your disposal is indispensable for operating in the wilds of Afghanistan. I've gone ahead and arranged for you to be able to develop and customize weaponry for support choppers. And you can also develop new equipment for D-Horse if you like. Use your iDroid to start development as needed.